don't tell me anything. Go, run off somewhere you know he won't be, and make it count. Famous last words to the girl you love. Blake was the MVP of this season. The whole scene from him talking about what if it's you? When it's going to be your turn to be on this floor? And being the one with it pointing at you at the end of the day, because it's guaranteed. This is the life we live. I can't snitch on my girl. I can't do it. I can't tell on her. What you want me to do? I don't even know for real, because I told her not to tell me, because he gonna snitch if she did it. My boy was gonna set up, he was gonna send her downstream, and he chose not to do it. Blake is the MVP. My boy got ended. Even Buck was hurt. Buck is the second worst character now. He worse than Fisk. Fisk did some horrible things, by the way, but Howard is the worst by far. But Buck is up there, man. He took down the MVP. But my boy went out tough. He went out like a man. I appreciate you, Blake. Daniel Blake did his thing. He protected his girl. And he even had doubts. Listen, my man was about to be like, hey, I'm about to turn you in. Apartment 350. And you see it. He was about to set him up in the room. You know what time it is. It's not a safe house. But he told him make it count. Man, let's get into this episode. This episode started with Karen in jail. She's in jail. They fingerprint her. They take it through the whole process. They going through a sham detective thing where they gonna set up with like giving weapons to terrorists and all this, even though they have no evidence of this. They even went into court later and the judge was like, you know you're no jury, which made it weird. Because she did invite Matt back in this episode. Matt Murdock was back. He's a main character again. It's not just Daredevil. But he came back and he's the hero. So people gonna love him, which makes Karen Case even stronger. She is the hero. Because nobody likes Fisk, right? To the point where Fisk is gonna end the governor. Look, what's her name? Martha? So if Fisk was trying to get her out of here, she trying to get support. He gonna make a vigilante take her out just so it can get more into his credence. Because if the governor getting taken out by a vigilante, what do we have here? We have everything we need. But Karen case was a sham case, and the judge, they keep sending the same judge, they keep sending the same DA, they keep sending the same. Everything is the same people, and she even wondered, which I was like, that is not good for television. Telling her there's no jury to appeal to, and I'm like, there's cameras here. And she's like, oh, yes, there is. I'm like, there's cameras here. You look horrible as a judge. Like, I get you saying that, but this is literally a trial of a person with no jury, but you are calling him a terrorist, which I get it if you have like a certain court, but I'm like, don't they get, because they have no like evidence to actually just do this. Fisk literally made a law where they could just get these judges to decide this, and it all looks shady, and they wonder why the people don't trust him. But all that don't matter in this episode, because we got to the end, and the end is where Karen and Heather talk. They finally had the one-on-one, and the mind games proceeded. They proceeded well. Karen started. She hit her with you ever had this man, who you don't know feelings for, kind of inaccessible, and you kind of sleep in the same bed, you wake up to him. Heather get a little eye twitch because she knows she's talking about Matt Murdock. And she know the feeling because she feels the same way. Like, he's not always telling the truth. She's hitting up what she knows Heather feels, right? And you kind of throughout this whole scene, you kind of see the Muse pictures showing in the background. Well, she's a little psycho, but we'll get to that. Then she hit her back. Oh, yeah, your brother, your father, all these men using your life. Like, people don't love you. Like, you Frank Castle, the dude you really love. The Matt know that you really love him, or does he think it's a competition still? She got a little iffy. She started trying to throw back on him. She tried to, she hits back at him. And then she hit her with her friend. Vanessa's a bad person, right? Your friend, you was cool with it. She ended my boy. She ended my friend. She took his life. Your horrible friend who you now has this trauma from. She was the lead of the trouble. She was this horrible person, which turned the table because at that point, Heather was in control. They're using psychology on each other because Karen is very smart. She knows this stuff. She does this. She even hit what the type of psychology she used, so they're going back and forth. I think Karen kind of knew she had her when she turned off the mic. So then the Muse thing get bigger. She starts slapping her. And Karen, she tough. That's all you got. Heather like, no. So she just walks out mad. So they didn't really get no tape or information on her. Like no real recording or no information. Which was going to be suspect because she's probably just going to make up lies again because she's crazy. As they keep telling us that she's going to be Muse essentially. But this whole episode, it hit. Because first off, it starts off with Kingpin meeting Karen in there and choking her. He got the Kingpin guard back. We got the Kingpin swagger back. It's here. I love it. But all of it, he says, one phone call, make it count. So good. But we had a lot of little stuff. I got through the main point, but we had a lot of little stuff like we see Jessica Jones meet Mr. Charles, tell Mr. Charles that it's over. Stop sending your people at me. He said, you ain't gonna do nothing to me because I'm the only way you can meet Luke Cage, which we find out Luke Cage is the person now that worked for them now, worked with Vanessa and all them. So we found that out. Val, I don't know what I said Vanessa, but she's the one who worked with Val now. So we know who it actually is that works for Val. So now that's the only way you can go Luke because Luke is now overseas. That we find out. And she warns him. He's like, I'm not really going to mess with you no more. That was all a fist call so we can tell you not to get involved with Daredevil. But now it doesn't matter because I'm not on Fisk's side no more. And Fisk is kind of going to go after the governor. Fisk is insane. But again, it was to set up the vigilante, masked man, attack the governor, and it's over, right? Which is afforded because you have one good deed to do after I let you go. Daredevil, go save the mayor, as Jessica Jones told him, which I thought was fantastic. I thought that was fantastic. We see Brett is back to get Karen, so her and Matt can do all that. And a little thing I liked about this episode too? I liked the fact that Blake was having trouble with the burying of the guy, even though he technically did nothing. Well, he did something illegal, but like he didn't do the crime. He just was in a weird spot with a psychopath, and if he didn't do it, it was gonna be over with. But he felt really bad about it, which let him get away with BB and left. So that was a really good thing. And Bullseye, we saw him walk off smiling. My guy is happy he did good, which leads to what he's going to do next season or next episode. I'm really looking forward to Bullseye because he played a major role this season. He was great. Him and Fisk and Blake has been MVPs because Daredevil, Matt, barely been in this show. Is that one complaint y'all have, that Matt hasn't been in this show a lot? Like Matt, the character Matt himself is barely in the show. Daredevil hasn't been in the show a lot. He has like fight scenes, but that's it. It's everybody else. The show is about everyone else but Daredevil. How do y'all like that? Do y'all like that? Do y'all enjoy it? Because I'm kind of liking it because Bullseye been great. Blake been great. BB been okay at the time. Fisk been amazing. Vanessa had her moments to shine. Maybe Matt gets his time to shine in the next episode because he has not had a lot of time to shine in this series. Overall, I do like a lot of the happening episode. By the way, this episode, some reason they look like they're gonna win the case, and then the task force with Howard and them decide they're gonna attack the lawyers, which I don't understand. I got confused. This is the one thing I didn't like about this episode. I got confused of why they would attack them outside the courtroom in the garage, and what the police is supporting them because like the police knew they were gonna attack them, and they still standing there. It was strange that this random group of people in an armored vehicle that's literally there, they didn't even go in another car. They literally went in the armored vehicle they always go in and shadow. And I'm like, did they cut off all the cameras? And you can't, like, there's literally supposed to be more security than this. That you cannot cut off the lights in a courtroom, in a garage across from the courthouse when crimes are happening. There should be multiple cameras in multiple instances. I know Fisk run the town. That is insane that there's no one, there's no people, there's nothing that can catch these people. They're in the same armored vehicle. How does no one know this? So there's no one that took a picture. There's no one around. There's no cameras. There's nothing. They're in the middle of a city in like Gotham or New York City. And no one sees these people in the same armored vehicle. Y'all can't convince me that's not an armored vehicle. Even if they changed it to like, they didn't have, I was expecting at least like the Frank Castle, like skull on it. But then it wouldn't make sense because why would Frank Castle attack Karen, who is allegedly linked to him? Because she linked him and Daredevil. So why would they attack the lawyer? It doesn't no matter how I think about it, it doesn't make sense what happened. I don't get it. Maybe y'all get me figure this out because I don't get it at all. But overall, great episode. Listen, Buck, you broke my heart. Blake did his thing. He went out a G. He went out of a man. And that prayer at the end when Jessica Jones pulls up as she's coming back to help in the final episode, as Bullseye walks off with a smile, as Buck puts the end to my guy Blake, as all the things are happening. He's my man is, you see Kingpin close his eyes. Like I said, he got the Kingpin garb on. My man went back to his old ways. That means he's a psychopath. It was so good. The church scene, all that, man. It was from Karen just sitting in the chair to the muse preaching. Like everything was outside of the one scene in which with Howard and them stayed and was going to shoot. That didn't make sense, but everything else was. I don't care what the ratings say. I don't care what none of that says. That was magnificent. Some callbacks to the comic book. Magnificent episode. Let me know your thoughts. Did I overrate it? Did I underrate it? Did you like it? What else did you like? Did I miss something that you did like? Talk to me in the comment section. I appreciate you liking, subscribe, and if you have a hype button, you want to spare it for your boy, I would appreciate it because you watched this long. I think you liked the episode, so I appreciate that. Other than that, go enjoy your day, enjoy your night, get to good sleep. I appreciate you. Keep it 99 and keep stumping. Something amazing will happen.